Hey everyone, it's Dan here, and I'm with Andrew Doyle, managing attorney here at Seibane Doyle. So thank you so much for allowing me to come over here and do this video with you.
Yeah, no, thanks for coming, Dan.
Absolutely. So, I know we know each other. You work a lot with my brokerage, Century 21 Edge. But if you could tell me a little bit about yourself, tell me about your practice and how long have you been an attorney for?
Sure. So my name is Andrew Doyle. I go by the agent's attorney at Orlando Lawyer. So I do a lot of work in real estate and business law, representing primarily buyers, sellers, residential, commercial, as well as agents and brokers, and then small business owners.
Okay, perfect. So you work with small business owners as well then too?
All the time.
And you mentioned, right, so you've been in business for over 10 years. So I'm sure there's a lot that you've seen in the landscape. But over your experience, is there something that you really have honed in and you've helped a lot with your clients for?
Yeah, so I call it dirt, paper, and money. Those are the three practice areas that we practice. So dirt is residential or commercial vacant land or purchase or sale of structures,
okay.
Right? The paper is all of the contracts and the boring stuff that people have to complete and have reviewed by attorneys and drafted and everything when they buy land. And then the money is, well, when someone is buying land or paper, they need an attorney. Perfect. So it's those three practice areas.
Yeah, perfect. And then with the paper, right, there's always a lot. I work with investors that happen a lot then too. And a lot of them need help maybe setting up an LLC or make sure what they're drafting works out if they've got any tenants and things like that. So do you help with that as well?
All the time. I do a lot of work with landlords, property investors, creating their limited liability companies or whatever investment vehicle they want. Okay. The whole idea is to insulate them from liability as best as possible.
Yeah, absolutely, because there's so much that can go into it, so that's great that you do that. So perfect. And then the last question I have, right, is I know as an agent, there is a lot happening in the news right now, especially when it comes to real estate. But in your opinion, is there something that's coming down the landscape or that's on the horizon or here now that business owners, anyone looking to invest should be aware of right now?
Yeah, well, I mean, you hit the nail on the head. It's already here.
Yeah.
That NAR settlement of the Burnett-Sitzer verdict that was resolved it was a verdict that came down from the Federal District Court in Missouri back in October of last year. Well, that resulted in some pretty significant practice changes that we're seeing on a daily basis here, not just in Florida, but across the country. So agents and brokers, if you don't know already, you now have to have a signed buyer-broker agreement before you are working with a buyer or touring a home. And then of course, those compensation fields that we were all so used to on the MLS, those are now gone.
They're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a shift, right? And I know I work with consumers a lot and it's just kind of updating, it's just the new practice. So I know we could probably do a whole video just on that, and you work with Kevin a lot, my broker, to do a lot of updating and seeing what's going on. So we'll kind of leave that there, but if anyone has any questions on that, definitely contact Andrew, contact me, and we can make sure that we get you the right information.
Yeah, and if anyone's interested, go ahead, give us a follow on Instagram at Orlando Lawyers. We put a whole bunch of educational content on there, great consumer facing stuff, and then some very embarrassing videos of myself that we all have fun here in the office making.
Yeah, they're great. It's a great follow. I'm gonna make sure that I tag you in this, so this is perfect.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, appreciate it.